All right, welcome to Sam's Club. Come on, come close. Don't be shy. You gotta count how many we're giving out here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty. We're giving you this free paring knife, and this is basically a razor on a stick. So Sam's management asks that you keep it in the box at all times while you're in the store. Is that okay? All right, everyone gonna do that? And when I hand it to you, you're gonna say thank you? All right, because I'm going to put a sharp object in the hands of strangers, I want to make sure that they're all good people. So I'm going to make this lightning fast so you get back to your shopping as soon as you can. My name is Dave, I work for Hessler Worldwide, and I'm here to introduce our Gourmet Series knife. And what's special about this knife is that it comes with a guarantee that it'll stay sharp, or if you break it for any reason, even if it's your own fault, we will replace it. So that means if you take it in the backyard and you're trimming the rosebuds with it and leave it on the grass and run it over with the lawnmower, we'll replace it. Or if you're doing dishes and you drop it in the garbage disposal and it gets chewed up like some people do with silverware, we'll replace it for free. So that's a pretty good guarantee for a knife. We'd like to have that guarantee for your car. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm sure you're all familiar with knives. Probably have something like this at home, maybe with a wooden handle. We call this Old Faithful. What's the first thing that goes wrong with Old Faithful? It gets stale. I don't recommend holding a knife like this, folks. And the other thing is this has a plastic handle, and this handle can chip, break, come loose, and if you have a knife like that, you need to throw it away, and I'll tell you why. Because when you cut meat, chicken, and fish, you get germs and bacteria in the handle, and then when you come over to cut your fresh produce, even though you've washed your knife, you can get germs and bacteria on your fresh produce. My knife is one solid piece of stainless steel, from tip to tip, surgical stainless steel, and an integrated handle that can't chip or break. Makes it much easier to keep clean, much easier to keep sanitized in the kitchen. Now, has anyone ever taken the dull knife and tried to cut a tomato? How'd that work for y'all? Yeah, it's pretty ugly. You got to stab it, you cut down, smash, get that pile of tomato seeds. My knife here is so sharp that I could just press right through and it cuts the tomato in half. I'm going to slice this. I can have thick slices, thin slices. All I'm doing is running the knife through the tomato. I don't have to put any pressure. As you can see, the tomato keeps its round shape. And then we get great looking slices like this. Are perfect for sandwiches or a hamburger. So we agree, it's better to have a sharp knife in the kitchen than a dull one. Let's try something a little softer. How about you go and try to make a sandwich? You got your sandwich here and you take your dull knife, what happens to it? Squish. All the meat, the cheese, all the good stuff slides out. Folks, my knife here is 3 knives in one. This is a bread knife, a slicing knife and a carving knife. You could use this to carve ham, turkey, roast beef, slices bread, still keeps its nice round shape. And what we've done here, folks, we put a little fork on the tip of this, and what this is good for is you take that meat, you just carve, roll it around in gravy, and I can reach over the table and put it right there on your plate. Pretty nifty trick. Does anyone remember Crush Minstrel? A couple years ago, the guy was cutting into an aluminum can. Anyone remember seeing that? Okay, I'm not going to cut into an aluminum can. I'm going to show you my knife is sharp enough to cut into frozen meat or bone by cutting into a hammer. You want to justify that this is a real hammer, sir? Okay, he says it's a real hammer, so everyone give applause for the hammer expert here. Okay, I'm going to take this, and I would not suggest you do this with your knives at home. I'm going to run my knife across the entire length of the blade. Don't do this to your knives at home, folks. You'll end up with a set of dull butter knives. I'm not going to cut all the way through. This is not a hacksaw, it's a knife, and plus you got to go shopping. But you see the steel filings here? That comes off of the hammer. It does not come off of my knife. Now, who here likes to buy in bulk? Right? We're in Sam's. Everyone likes to buy in bulk. We got a meat department over here. Go get whatever flavor you like. You can take it home, put it in your freezer. And when it comes time to cook dinner, you don't want to pull the entire thing out and thaw it. You may need half, you may need just a quarter of it. I'll show you this knife is sharp enough to cut through frozen meat. It'll also cut through any bone. It will cut through chicken leg, turkey leg, ham bone, lamb bone. It will cut through steak bone. It will cut through rib bone. It will cut through a hammer, and it will cut through a cutting board. Question, is my knife still sharp after that? It's just as sharp as what I took out of the box. It'll be sharp next week, next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. This knife will still be sharp. And the reason I say that is because I have a written guarantee if it gets dull for any reason, we will replace it. So folks, what's the $1 million question everyone always asks about my knife? That you've never asked. How much is it? Let's talk about cost. My competitor has a knife that blade looks like this. It comes with the plastic handle like we talked about earlier. And his knife is $79.99 on the internet, $5.95 shipping and handling, and you'll get it in 2 to 4 weeks. Sam's has asked us to come in here directly from the manufacturer to show you this knife. Sam's national sale price on this knife is $66.98. There's nothing I can do about the sale price, but I can add value to it, and we're going to do that. So I'm going to give you another one just like it. So you can buy one, get one free. You can use this knife as a fork when you're carving your meat, or if you're feeling generous, you can take this knife, keep it for yourself, why not, you paid for it. Take the other knife, put it in a pineapple, wrap it in a bow, and give it to a friend, and then they have a knife that's guaranteed to stay sharp for a lifetime. Everyone who comes out and listens to me gets the free paring knife, and I appreciate that, because I know your time is valuable. But we're also going to include 2 stainless steel paring knives. These are good for cutting up fruits, vegetables, cheese, sausages, filling items. These are solid stainless steel, and they are $20 each. So what we have here is we have $60, we have $120, we have $140, $160 with the knives. Sam's price, $66.98. So is that a pretty good deal for a knife? Who shops at Sam's because they want a great deal? Right, we're all here to get a great deal. Money makes the deal great. I'm going to include the Workhorse of Kitchen, this 8-inch chef knife. This is good for chopping up fresh vegetables, fruit, fresh herbs. It's also heavy enough to use as a cleaver. Cut a steak in half. That is a $60 knife. Does anybody know what kind of knife this is? You familiar with this? This is called a fillet knife, sometimes a boning knife, or a fish knife. The advantage of this knife is it's very flexible, and it makes it easy to take fat off of meat, meat off of a bone, and the fish off of the skin. I'm going to show you how sharp this knife is. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to fillet this tomato one-handed. Look, it just jumps right off the tomato. Now I'm going to come back. I'm going to fillet my fillet a second time. And you get this super thin tomato. Try this at home with your knives, folks. You'll be here buying a set from me tomorrow. This razor sharp knife is $60 and guaranteed to stay sharp. So what we have here is we have $60, $120, $180, $240, $260, $280 with the knives. Sam's price, $66.98. I'll show you one last thing. This is my favorite. It's not even a knife. This is our stainless steel Robo-Whisk. It's a one-handed whisk. You can use it with one hand. Who here's a coffee drinker? Who likes the cappuccino, frappuccinos? We got coffee drinkers? All right. So you go home and you're going to put a half a cup of a third of a cup of milk into the microwave. And then when it's done, 34, 60 seconds later, you take it out and you can froth up the milk real fast with one hand. And there you go. You've got nice foam here. You could add tea, add milk, put some cinnamon, some sugar, some coffee in it. And then you have a latte at home. And this is why it's my favorite. You don't have to go to Starbucks, you don't have to wait in line, and you don't have to give them $5. Robo-Whip is good for hot chocolate, pancake mix, whipping eggs, whipping cream. It's a $20 value and is not sold anywhere. So Sam's asked us to put a set together for you members, and it looks like this. First thing you're going to see is the guarantee that this knife will stay sharp, or if it breaks for whatever reason, we will replace it for life. Then you're going to see your 2 carving knives, your chef's knife, your fillet knife, your 2 paring knives, your Robo-Whisk, a $300 value. Sam's price, $66.98. Now the bad news is Sam's does not sell these on the shelves. They've asked us to come in and demonstrate it for you, but you do not buy the knives from me. You take them up to the register, and all Sam's policies do apply. This is a great gift for yourself if you have dull knives. Also a good gift for birthdays, graduations, weddings, and I hate to remind you all, but Christmas is just right around the corner. So the good news is I am finished. So give yourself a round of applause for coming out and listening today. Everyone will get the free paring knife. The first I'm going to start off with the sets. Who would like to get the last set of knives they need in a lifetime? I did that all in one breath. Now I'm out of breath. Set of knives. How about for you, man? For you, sir? Okay. I'll give everyone their paring knives.
I actually think Nana would like them. What? I actually think Nana would like them. That's good, Jen.
There you go. Thank you very much. There you go. Have a blessed day. There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you. Have a blessed day.